the Bugiri cagefish farming project that is sponsored by the UN Women here in Wakawaka, a bay of Lake Victoria in Bugiri district.
It's a 2-year project which commenced last year in 2019 and is supposed to be ending in this year, December 31st, 2020. It's funded by UN Women in collaboration with Standard Bank, South Africa. We received 2.26 billion Uganda shillings, which is meant to procure cages plus all the inputs that are required for the women to carry out the project. Well, it targets 1,400 women, of which 700 were mobilized last year, and we have begun mobilizing the other 700 this year. Women are being sourced from the whole district.
Now, the cages we have on site are cages that were imported from a reputable company that works in cages. So we had them procured and delivered on site. When they are delivered on site, they have to be assembled. So it's a process of assembling that we go through. We assemble the cages. These are circular cages, 10 meters in diameter. And then after assembling, they are taken to the lake in a process that we call mooring, whereby we have to ensure that they are put in the right position, and they are not sinking, they are floating in the right position, and they are also well anchored to avoid them to be driven off by the water waves.
We are trying to move away as a district from fish pond farming into cage fish farming. And we think such projects which are very high voltage are very good because they bring on board so many women and so many people.
Before the project came in, UN Women did research. And this research was geared to finding the cost of the gender gap in agriculture production. So from their findings, UN Women found that this nation loses 65 million US dollars every year, owing to the gap in the gender involvement in agriculture production. It was for inclusiveness of the women in the economic development of this nation.
We are particularly interested in the aquaculture because what we have realized is that women are confined in the segments of the value chains that are not very lucrative. Women put in a lot of efforts and get the minimum of revenue. So what we are now doing is to interrogate that distribution of labor within the value chains and then to push women into activities that are very, very lucrative. And studies have proven that the market for fish in East Africa in general is very huge. So the potential for women to quickly increase their income is very, very real.
This project gives us an opportunity to disrupt the traditional norms that fishing is only for men. But here we are promoting women to do aquaculture through the value chain, including marketing, and also ensuring that they benefit from the project through the income they will get out of it.
This project will have also benefited us in such a way that it has built the capacity of the women in as far as managing business is concerned, especially the fish business in the Bugiri district.
Nali musanufu ino oba ndi musanufu ino lwa project eno okwida mu Bugiri district era neyanza abakyala ba UN ye baali baba mu kirooto okuloota nti abakyala ba Uganda baliyo benda okuyambibwa. Kati ngaffe abakyala tubadde tulaba ennyanja nga tetusobola kuvuba kukwata nkasi ne tugenda mu nnyanja nga tetulina ene support oba ene fund asobola okujja otufandinga n'atuteekamu amaanyi naffe tetumanya nti ennyanja ya mugaso okusaidi yaffe ng'eki ng'abakyala. Kati UN Women we yaleese okulunda ebyennyanja ngaffe bana Wakawaka balunnyanja ne tubeera abasanyufu nti owange naffe katwenyigiremu tusobole okumanya omugaso gwaki ogw'ennyanja, tulunde ebyennyanja, tukulaakulanye amaka gaffe, tusomese abaana n'ebyobulamu ebirungi.
Challenges have not been many, minimal, and majorly because of the heavy rains that we experienced at the end of the year. So the road network became a little bit challenging, actually rather challenging, because it became hard to deliver materials on time. One of the road had actually broken down. There's a small bridge. So that one caused delays in our timely execution of the activities that were designed for the year.
You really touched one area which Uganda has been struggling with. You know, in Uganda we have a challenge. The men own the economy. The men own the land, and the women are used like people who are supposed to offer labor. So the women have been vulnerable in as far as sharing the national cake is concerned. So when you touch the woman, you touch a nation. As the Chief Administrative Officer, I see that UN and Standard Bank and the ministry have really touched on the pivot point of economic empowerment.
For women to strive in increasing their income, they need big players in the private sector. And the bankers in general, and Stanbic in particular, is a major actor that has decided to consider women as a specific group that can contribute to the economic growth of this country. In fact, we would like to urge all actors, not just the private sector, but all actors to join UN Women, to join other UN agencies to promote the economic empowerment of women.